Crazy girls after the game. We doing hundreds, we going insane. Pointers. Dead homies got me pointers. We get awards, but we give God the glory. I'm shooting my shot, and most times I be scoring. Do this for my city, I bring on the trophy. Feel like Freddie Mercury, we the champions. Here in Los Angeles, we doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight up.
Today, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Trey Lance and the San Francisco 49'ers taking on Jameis Winston and the New Orleans Saints.
We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the New Orleans Saints and the San Francisco 49'ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at these 49'ers as they interplay here. The beat goes on, doesn't it? A perfect 10-0 to start the campaign.
And it's a good locker room to be in, too. Guys don't show up on game day hoping to win. They expect to win. And so far, they've yet to have a letdown.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now here's Trey Lance leading this 49er offense onto the field. Some very big expectations for the second-year signal caller.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way
we'll
to
go
win,
with a pass.
That's
We'll
all
try
that really
it.
matters.
Right out of the gates, Lance going to the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away.
Oh!
And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively.
Damn!
Second down. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they've played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation,
better.
It just has to ramp up.
Yeah, and when you do say 10-0, they can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been planning to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts about getting home field advantage and finishing unbeaten, and they need to make sure they keep it in that order.
First carry for Elijah Mitchell. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. The numbers last week for Mitchell. 9 carries, 76 yards.
And while he may not verbalize it, in his mind, going up against this defense, one of the worst rush defenses in the league, he's thinking 200 plus in this game.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On second down, here's Mitchell. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And this is taken in at the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Mitchell is in. Touchdown 49ers. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And here come the Saints about to begin their first possession. And the man in charge of this offense, his 8th season now in the NFL, former #1 pick, Jameis Winston.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Winston's throw complete there to Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
I don't know how I feel about that one.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. He'll get this down to the 38. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 17 carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown.
And when you put the ball in the end zone 13 times on the season, one thing is apparent. You didn't do it all on your own. Offensive line is creating some nice space for you, and you're probably getting some good blocks downfield from your wide receivers.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Kamara. And he's going to have this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 33. This defense for the Niners, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Winston to the sideline here on 4th down, and Will Lutz gets set for a New Orleans field goal try. From the right hash, this from 48. The kick by Lutz is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
All right, that's all right.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. A run with Mitchell. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender. Made him
what do you mean by that, Bro?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. It's the correct call.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. Here's Lance to throw it. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. And they'll go for it. Lance.
Fuck!
They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Saints will have the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Winston.
Oh, yeah!
Down, sacked back at the 2. Eric Armstead able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he's able to get it out of there. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll run the option to start the drive. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And Lance again going to keep it. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself. On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
Oh, there we go.
Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Gold to add the extra point. This one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Well, the final weekend of November is upon us. Boy, can you believe December right around the corner? It always seems to get here quickly. But coming up tonight, we wrap up the holiday weekend with the Packers and Eagles from Philly at 8:20 Eastern. And tomorrow night, we wrap up Cyber Monday with the Steelers and Colts from Indianapolis. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Jameis to throw it. That pass complete to Deontay Hardy. And he's stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Winston. A throw over the middle taken in by Troutman. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They go play action. Winston. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. First down now, but that clock rolling. Again, it's Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. And the Niners get there and bring him down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now Winston. Open man is the tight end, Troutman. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, the big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Lance now to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Lance going to throw.
Oh!
Incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowsky.
Oh, shit, this isn't what I wanted to do. Oh, well.
And look at this. It's a fake. And a high throw there as this is knocked away.
Totally did not mean to do that.
I know, without even asking, without even looking.
I chose the wrong play.
Not a fan of that call.
Oh, I wish you would look, Brandon, because I was actually thinking this would be the perfect time for a fake.
Right. Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh!
Getting home on that one. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front as we send you cross country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll start by heading out west to Glendale, Arizona. And it is the Chargers out in front as those two creep towards halftime. Mike Williams, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. From there, we head east to Detroit to check on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were losers in their ball game as the visiting Buffalo Bills come in and took it to them. The Lions see their losing streak go to 11 as they remain winless on the year. Lastly, let's get you way up to Seattle. See what's happening with the Seahawks. And they trail in that one to the visiting Las Vegas Raiders. A touchdown pass there for Derek Carr. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. Taken in at the 3. And he returns this to the 22. The Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Winston. He gets it to Thomas. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Winston to give. It's Kamara. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They run it again with Kamara. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. That one on the guard, Cesar Ruiz. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. To throw is Winston. And his throw is incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain, or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball. And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to...
Sounds great.
Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. To throw, Winston. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing, Winston. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
Okay, break.
On first down, Lance. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And got his man complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
56 is Mike. 56 is Mike. Let's go, D. Big series right here.
Right back to Mitchell on second down. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So here's a first and 10 now down inside the 20. Another run with Mitchell. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get him a first down.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. His second rushing touchdown on the campaign and 4th overall. And the 49ers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Gold with the extra point. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Gold now out to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Saints coming out now to take the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Looking to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he'll be taken down down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Winston now from the 50. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Eric Armstead able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Winston escaping the pressure right. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
Desperation time. Winston on 4th down.
Oh!
He's going to have the Saints first down, and that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give him a new set of downs.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
They'll throw again. Winston. It's hauled in by Hardy. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the 31, Winston.
Throwing out right here, caught by Olave.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. They run. It's Kamara. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Alvin Kamara unable to push past that yellow line. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
54 yards on the ground for him so far. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
On the handoff, Mitchell. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
15 for the Niners there and a first down.
On first down, they go back to Mitchell.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Working with a 2nd and 4. On the option, running left is Lance.
The 20. And he's brought a very nice gain. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
First down, here's Mitchell.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Once again, it's Mitchell.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Brandon Ayuk
with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Niners add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball, and sometimes even your special teams.
I got to go for it.
Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it.
That dude just was not very fast.
Asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
I should have gone for the onside kick.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Ambry Thomas.
And some space here.
Oh, that was beautiful.
This one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So the victory here for San Francisco.
Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the first quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.
So for San Francisco, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the Miami Dolphins come to town. Meanwhile, for the Saints, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so.